YouTube, it's Calandra. It's been a really long time since I've done a YouTube video, but I had to come back. So to celebrate coming back to YouTube, I'm doing something that I've actually never done before. It's actually a makeup tutorial. I'm actually using my iPhone camera, so it's a little bit of a better quality. The lighting is still pretty bad, but I'm going to do my best. Today I'm going to do a smoky blue eye. I actually wore this to work today and pulled it off. I borrowed this from Krishna at EyeXluvXmakeup. I thought she did a great job in it, so I hope I could do it some justice. I've already got this side of my face done, and this eye is already done, and this is what the final look is going to be. So I'm just going to show you on my right eye. My face is already primed. I have MAC NW45 Studio Finish Concealer with SPF 35. I've already got that under my eye. I have MAC Mineralize Skin Finish Natural in dark, and that's what I patted down. I usually don't do a full coverage for powder. I just kind of get, you know, some of the spots and call it a day. I don't really need the full coverage. So let's get started. What I did was I took the Hip High Intensity Pigments. I love these pigments. The cream eyeliner in Midnight Blue. This is the first time I actually used it as a base. So I have my concealer brush, and we're just going to pick up a little bit of the color, and we're going to use that as a base. So I'm putting it on my lower eyelid, not all the way across, but pretty much in the center of my lower eyelid, and I'm just kind of doing this quickly because it's just going to be a base so that the shadow has something to stick to. But this is really a beautiful color. The next thing I did was I took, this is the Shadowy Lady Compact by MAC. I actually bought this a couple of years ago at a cosmetics outlet, at what is a CCO, and I'm going to take the dark blue Shadowy Lady, and actually while I was doing this look I decided I'm going to try another look that's similar using this purple shade that I really love, which is, I believe, called Smudged Violet. I'm sorry, I think this is Deep Truth. I think Deep Truth is the blue one. And Shadowy Lady, no, Shadowy Lady is the blue one, Deep Truth is the purple. So I'm going to try the same look with the purple using the Hip purple, the eggplant color, but we'll do that another time. I've got my MAC 252 brush. This is actually my favorite shadow brush because my eyelids are kind of big, so I tend to use the wider brush because it just picks up more color. So I just pick up my blue, tap it, and then we're going to pack it on the same eyelid right on top of the cream eyeliner. And it's such a pretty color. So we're just going to pack it on, and I'm just doing this really quick. The next thing I'm going to do is take my, everything's all worn off. I think this is my 217 brush. This is kind of like the all-purpose fluffy brush. Now this is not really a quad. I just put these because this is my MAC neutral palette, and I'm going to take Embark, which is this dark brown color right here. And what we're going to do is we're going to put that in the crease, but we're going to start in the inner corner. And remember, we didn't put the blue all the way across. So we're just going to fill that in and blend it with the Shadowy Lady. And actually, as Krishna pointed out, what actually happens, and I don't think you could see it here, but what actually happens is as it's blending with that blue, it actually blends into like a nice kind of a purple color, which is really pretty. Okay, as Erin at Scandalous Beauty would say, like so. And then I'm going to take my big fluffy brush, my MAC 224 brush, and you know you use whatever brushes you have. I am not, you know, that deep into brushes. Now, Krishna used Saddle. I have Saddle, but I couldn't find it at the time, so I'm actually using Swiss Chocolate. As you can tell, I have hit pan a long time ago. And we're just going to use that as kind of like the neutral color up here. Alright, that's a nice neutral color for me. Just a flesh tone color. And just blend that in. Like so. I'm really bad at highlights, but I'm going to try my best. She used, I think, rice paper. I'm actually taking the Stila palette. I'm actually going to be doing another tutorial on this. Not a tutorial, a haul kind of video showing this palette, but I'm using Kitten, which I don't know if you could see, but it's this color right here. It is such an intense color, and you really don't need that much. I mean, literally, I just really just tap the tip of it in there and just highlight my brow bone. I'm not really good at highlighting, and sometimes I actually don't even highlight. Let me look in the mirror, and oh boy. And then just blend it in. Some people do their highlight first. Sometimes when my brows are really clean, I don't use a shadow highlight. I will just take my MAC concealer in NW40, which is a couple of shades lighter, and just tap it in like that. But I thought I would, you know, try to be a little professional and actually highlight. And you just blend that in. And I'm just going to go back in with my flat brush, just tap in a little bit more of the blue, and take the brush that had the Embark rather, and just keep blending that in. I'm not that special at YouTube, so I still have to keep my videos under 10 minutes, so that's why I'm rushing. With a smoky eye, you just want to do a thin black line, so I'm actually using Feline by MAC, and as you can tell, I have used this quite often. I would normally be much neater than this, but we're just going to draw a little thin line there. Go into my waterline, and I don't want to get that close doing the waterline, so I'm going to go in my mirror and do that. Okay, that's kind of a thick line. And then, of course, any smoky eye, no smoky eye is complete without mascara. I use, for this one, the Voluminous Full Definition mascara. And we're just going to pop that in there. And, of course, you know, this is going to be much neater. A little on the bottom. I'm not doing a full smoke because I did use this as a daytime look, but if you were going to do a nighttime look, you could always take matte carbon and your pencil brush and then go over the line again, upper and lower. You could always do that. I tend to get shadows under my eyes, so I really don't like to smoke it out that much. For the my cheeks, I kept it pretty simple. I actually used NARS Albatross, which is one of my favorite blushes, and my blush brush. You just tap very little. I did a little highlight right there with Albatross. And then I took MAC Blunt, contoured, and blended a little bit with the Albatross. I know the lighting is so bad, but just use the products and make it work for you. So I contoured a little bit, and then the Albatross just kind of highlighted a little bit. And finally, with a smoky look, you want to kind of subdue your lips a little bit. Again, I was going to work, so I probably could have put a little bit more color. This is my brand new MAC Dazzleglass. This is in Smile. I actually had another shade, and I don't have it with me, but it was this beautiful shade. It was actually a limited edition, so when I went back to get more, they didn't have it. But this was actually a very close second. So I didn't use any liner. I used on my lips, actually as a little base, I used Avon Moisture Therapy. I usually use Blistex. Yes, I usually use Blistex Deep Renewal, but I've been using this Moisture Therapy because I had it, so I thought I'd use it up. Shall we do a little bit of the Dazzleglass? And it's still relatively neutral, but it gives you a nice little shimmer, and that's the look. I think I got everything. I got the powder. I've never done this tutorial before, so I hope you like the look. Shouts out again to Krishna at EyeXluvXmakeup for doing a great job on this, and I hope I did it some justice. But here's the final look. Thanks, YouTube.